To me it made a big difference. But yeah, you're absolutely right. I think there was huge amounts of care and passion and commitment from the teaching staff, as I know there is still now.
Yeah. It's like before when you were talking about what's the secret of Breckenbrough. No one knows. It just does work.
This is Breckenbrough, a small private school in the middle of North Yorkshire that caters towards children and young adults diagnosed with high-functioning autism and other similar disabilities. Over a period of 84 years, the school's been moved from building to building in order to account for the growing number of students. Most recently in 1958, when the school settled here, Brackenborough Hall.
Now that the students and staff have had a few decades to settle here, it seems an ideal time to ask, what actually is Breckenbrough? What significance does it hold to the students beyond that of a comprehensive primary in East London? Join me as I explore the building and hear from the students and staff on their opinion on autism and how it affects education. Welcome to Breckenbrough, a strange life to live.
To start my journey, I decided to talk to Simon Bannister, the current headmaster of Breckenbrough School. How do you view autism?
As a kaleidoscopic spectrum. So it's not linear. I think there's a misunderstanding sometimes of what autism is. There's obviously some standard stereotypes, you know, resistant to change, structured routines and such, but there's just as many students here that don't require that, and it doesn't cause them any anxiety whatsoever to be given a last minute change and have zero structure whatsoever. So it really does illustrate the length and breadth of the spectrum. I've taught in a lot of different places. I've taught in colleges, I've taught in schools, mainstream schools, special schools, and there is a certain something, an intangible that you can't put your finger on with this place, and it's why it works.
Breckenbrough means a lot to me. I've taught in other schools and in other institutions, and Breckenbrough was the first place that I was truly able to teach in the way that I wanted to teach and enjoyed teaching. And for me, what's actually happened is that I believe that my teaching here is quite successful because I've been allowed to be who I am. And it's the same for the boys. I've been trusted to teach in a way I want to teach, and that means an enormous amount to me. The actual boys that come through here mean a lot to me. The staff mean a lot to me. It's very much a sort of family.
Alison Baxter is one of the care team leaders, the staff in charge of looking after the boys on a night time.
During the week we have activities for the boys on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Mondays are generally swimming. Tuesdays we have our outdoor ed guy Pete, who does the activities outside. Wednesdays we have climbing, and Thursdays is cinema night. It's very relaxed. It's a relaxed atmosphere for the boys, and obviously we treat the Breckenborough rooms and the units as their own, so we make it relaxed for them and more comfortable for the boys that are boarding. We do have extended evenings for the day boys who can come and spend time on an evening until about 9 o'clock, so they can socialise with the peers throughout the school.
The lessons at Breckenborough are only 35 minutes long, with 5-minute intervals between each lesson in order to give the boys a break between their studies. During this time, the boys can be found relaxing in nooks and crannies all around the school. One of the most popular locations being the reception near the front door, where the boys are greeted by the friendly face of school receptionist Leanne. Michael Ismay is one of the sixth form students and has been at Breckenbrough since 2015. At the end of this year, he'll be leaving to go to university.
When I first arrived here in September 2015, I was a completely different person to who I am now. Staff here, the environment, you know, have all cultivated my attitude towards life now that I have. I know that Breck has taken me as far as it can at the moment. I've taken every opportunity that it's given me, and now I'm just looking forward to the next step of my journey.
Dr. Amelia Frith, or Ellie as the students and staff know her, has been the resident psychologist at Breckenborough for over a decade. She holds weekly sessions with a large majority of the students. Her cheery demeanour and readiness to dispense advice have made her one of Breckenborough's most respected patrons. She's agreed to sit down with me to discuss the school and its students.
Brackenborough is a very special place for me to come to work, but it's more than that. The students that come to Breckenborough recognise this as their place to learn and to function in a society that deprives them of the opportunities. Autism is a neurodevelopmental disorder. The main presentation of autism is recognized in terms of how young people diagnosed with autism see the world and see themselves in that world. I feel my work with the students is something that is extremely difficult to put a price tag on. Every day is different, every day is enriching, every day enables me to know a little bit more about the world that people who are diagnosed with autism have to endure.
When I arrived here, I was in a secure unit, a remand centre. I was 11. And the reason they put me in there was because I kept running away from kids' homes, because I kept getting sent to foster families that just didn't get it. I mean, they asked me if I'd like to come here and spend a weekend here. And when I arrived here, it just clicked. It just felt right. The staff seemed to be right. How can you not want to go out and play in this? You know, you've got boundaries, but they're big enough that you can go and stretch, and you can go and play football or go fishing, or there's quiet areas where you can go out of the way.
And it is exactly the same in mainstream as it is in Breckenbrough. However, the difference in the learning at Breckenborough is we teach in many, many different ways outside the box.
Is that all right?
To me, it's the school I've been looking to spend the rest of my career in.
Emotional well-being is an immense prerequisite for any achievement in life, and we strive very hard to maintain the emotional well-being at an optimum.
And I'm coming home, home, and I'm coming home, home, and I'm coming home. The more we change, the more it all stays the same.
So now that you've been at Breck for quite a few years, what are your thoughts on leaving?
Hopeful, optimistic, and slightly apprehensive at the same time.
After exploring the building and talking to the students and staff, it's clear to me now that Breckenborough is, like its motto, more than a school.
Same, then I'm coming home.
Yeah, I was thinking about German unification.
Stop. You're talking way too fast.
Yes, kaleidoscopic wheel, I'm sure.
You know, I can take a little bit of Breck with me when I leave.
In fact, for many of the students here, whether they be 9 or 19, it's a second chance. A chance to make something of themselves in an environment that understands them, students that accept them, and an atmosphere that feels more like home than any other school can boast. Welcome to Breckenborough, a strange and rewarding life to live.
It was the cold wind set me running, sent a chill down my spine.